What up, though, y'all? It's Chris, broadcasting from the D. We got to talk about the WNBA here. You know, they had the collective bargaining agreement looming, and many of them have been talking about pay us what we deserve, pay us what you owe us, even though a few people have done the math, and if the WNBA was to pay them what they owe or what they're owed, most of them would owe over actually $100K for this season to the league. But nonetheless, the whole collective bargaining thing is going on, and it's being reported that it's going about how you would expect. They were issued, and this is all being reported. I don't have any concrete proof of this just yet. This is what's being leaked out, being reported. But they supposedly were offered a pay increase, a quadruple pay increase that was going to take them from $66K to $250K, and it was going to make it $250K to $1 million, and this is per season. And it has been rejected and called a slap in the face. Now, let's just say this. Now, this isn't me trying to bash the WNBA, even though it's very, very easy to bash the WNBA. That's not what my aim is here. The WNBA is not that popular. It got a boost in viewership and popularity because of Caitlin Clark. But that boost in viewership and merch and ticket sales has not been enough to offset their rising costs, which is how they went from being in the hole $10 million a season to being in the hole last season $40 million, and on track to being in the hole $50 million this season. Because of Caitlin Clark, they started doing a lot of things that they weren't doing before. They were trying to get larger venues because they knew when Caitlin Clark was coming to town, it was going to need more fans. There's been a few times when that larger venue would be acquired, Caitlin Clark would be hurt, and now they have to basically give tickets away to try to get people in there so that maybe they can make some of the cost back on merch and overpriced hot dogs and beer. Because the WNBA game is not really that fun to watch, and you might need a few beers in your belly in order to have a good time there. When it gets to the point that people are throwing dildos onto the court, and we've had 3-4 of them happen. I think it was 3 lime green ones and 1 purple one. When that's starting to happen, when people are getting their entertainment value from things like that happening, it's pretty obvious that people are not entertained by the product that you are offering. But the WNBA, even though costs have risen the way that they have, and the boost in visibility has not made up for that, you still have the women talking about pay us what you owe us and pay us what we deserve. Imagine, and I really do want you to imagine this, they are offering them now $250K to $1 million for a season. The WNBA only plays during the summer. Let me ask you this. If you could get paid on the low end, which is the $250K, if you could get paid $250K to play basketball during the summer to mostly empty arenas, would you not think that was a sweetheart deal? Just saying. I'm not even trying to get the 1 million. All right, if they was to give me $250K to hoop, all right, I get to hoop for the summer and make $250K on the low end, and I'm complaining y'all ain't paying me nothing. I mean, how many games do they play in the WNBA this season? Is it still 35, 36 games, something like that? And the NBA plays 82 game seasons. So they play a season that is what, 3.5 times longer? Well, no, I'm sorry. That's wrong. It's nearly 3 times longer. I'd say it's more in the realm, it's closer to 2.5 times. So let's go with that. They're playing a season that's 2.5 times. That number fits a lot better of what the WNBA plays. The level of athleticism, though this isn't the women's fault, the level of athleticism that's on display is far more entertaining. People like to see athletes do things that they're not capable of doing. The dunking, doing windmills, doing tomahawks, catching alley-oops, that is highly entertaining to your average viewer because they know they could never do that. Simply dunking on the rim. The rim's 10 feet. I can dunk. Still at age 44, I can still dunk. Yeah, I know I can because I got out there recently and tried. I was like, oh, snap. I ain't lost my hops yet. But your average person, what's the average height? Like 5'7", 5'8", something like that? Your average person not only lacks the height to be able to dunk, they lack the athleticism to be able to dunk either. So that's part of the entertainment aspect. The WNBA All-Star game or weekend, whatever it is, they don't even have a dunk contest. I mean, the dunk contest for the men is pretty trash now, but it wasn't always. But they still have a dunk contest. The WNBA don't even have a dunk contest because they can't dunk. And as much as they love to downplay people wanting to see dunking, it's a fool's argument. That's part of the athleticism and spectacle that makes the NBA so fun to watch. So here they are playing less than half per season what the men do, generating nowhere near the revenue that the men do. Who buys WNBA jerseys? I have never seen anybody wearing a WNBA jersey in real life. Never. I know there's somebody somewhere out there who buys them apparently because they do sell some, but they're always smudging the numbers of how many of them that they're selling. I've never in my life seen anybody wearing a WNBA jersey out in the wild. So where are they getting this idea that they are owed so much money? The NBA goes above and beyond to accommodate them just for the sake of being able to say we have a women's league. And it's never enough. No matter what they offer them, no matter how much they try to appease them, it's never enough. I can only imagine what a nightmare going into that collective bargaining, negotiations would be like. It's got to be maddening because you have a group that is completely illogical and totally irrational. And no matter how much you try to break down the numbers, that what you're offering them is actually a gross overpay, they refuse to see it. So it will be very interesting to see how this ends up. You've had players, well, I ain't gonna say players. You mostly just had Angel Reese threatening to walk out and boycott if they're not paid what they think they deserve. And I just laughed at that like, hey, don't threaten us with a good time. You're threatening to walk out and not play. Don't make promises, okay? Don't promise me a good time and not deliver. But that's what's happening so far, man. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there, you guys. WNBA, the players, and it's not all of them. But even if you are a player who, because I don't think all of them are this irrational. Many are, but I think there are still some who are reasonable, but they can't speak out. So they get lumped in with the many of them that just have this insane delusion of value. Let me know what you guys think though in the comments. Hit me with a like if you like what I do. Hit me with a sub if you like what I do. Hit me in them comments. I'ma holla at y'all. Peace.